Psyker is steeled against the manifold dangers risked by wielders of warp powers. You are one of those found worthy to serve humanity and have miraculously survived the perils of the warp. Note, damaging psyker powers count as weapon attacks, counting towards the normal attack limit per turn and gaining all the benefits of abilities and talents, increasing the damage of attacks. For example, a soldier using the run and gun ability will be able to use damaging psyker powers twice per turn, and an operative's analyze enemies ability affects the damage of damaging psyker powers. Alright, I think you said I was going to be a noble. Your origin is a big part of your character's identity. It's who you are before you become a rogue trader. Words, space possible. These words are great. Okay, what do I need to be a noble? You mentioned noble. I would rather be like a commander maybe, or like yeah, maybe a commander. But I think I need the stats from noble. Right, so here's the big decision. You can be a psyker or a noble. Noble will be even more passive, whereas psyker gives you more options and ends up being stronger later on. Oh, psyker sounds awesome then. But like, I don't look like a commander anymore. What do you recommend? I mean, psyker sounds cool. Sanctioned psykers have reduced minus 20% chances to trigger psychic phenomena. This character is a psyker, albeit quite a weak one. You can look like a commander once you got your staff and shit like that. Do you think I should be a psyker for the psychic powers? Like, will that be really beneficial to my playthrough? For fun? If you're a psyker, you can just tell other psykers that they are full of shit. You're also going to wear heavy armor. It's pretty imposing. Each time a psyker uses their psychic powers, the veil between real space and the warp degrades, which can trigger psychic phenomena. Psychic phenomena are more disconcerting than dangerous, intruding into the thoughts of people around the psyker or causing omens and visions. Psychic phenomena reduce the momentum of the party, distracting them from combat, lowering their morale, or just causing bad luck. Psykers can be sanctioned or unsanctioned. Chances that sanctioned psykers will cause psychic phenomena are halved, while unsanctioned psykers instead have increased chances and +1 to their psi rating. What do you think? Should I be a psyker? Before you're saying noble, but noble's like more passive. I want to buff my party and get them to do cool shit for me. Can psykers buff? I think psyker is pretty fun, and it makes it so you don't have to pick a psyker for your party. Hey, Shaggy. Shagget? That's a nice name. Thanks for following. How's it going? I feel like Noble might be, like, better for a first playthrough, but Psyker also, like, it doesn't sound like there's any good Psyker characters. Am I gonna need Psyker? I hear that there's some stages or missions where psychic powers are not as good. Like, they're not, like, they're weak. Check Psyker specialties. Abilities. Divination, telepathy, sanctic powers, biomancy, pyromancy, Psyker minoris, Psyker terminus, still mind, sacred rituals, enforce reality, second sight, subtle manipulation, Psyker majoris, Psyker extremis, inscribed soul, blade of light, psychic barrage, stabilizing factor, obscured threat. Yeah, this sounds like a magic user. Psyker is OP in this game. I don't know what you've read. No, I read that there are some stages where the warp is like locked away, so you, like, it was just like a tip. It was like, on missions like that, don't bring your psykers, is what it said. What do I do, Des? What do I do? I don't know what to do. It's so hard to choose. Biomancy and Sanctic are both really great for an officer, full-on support for any kind of party. He already knows half the game. What the fuck? If you press the next button, there you will see the different psyker types in more depth. Thank you. Alright, let's try Sanctioned Psyker. Alright, so I can choose Biomancer, Diviner, Pyromancer, Sanctic, and Telepath. Biomancers specialize in manipulating biological energy and processes with the power of their minds. They are masters of the flesh, learning to shape and influence their own physical forms according to their will, as well as those of their allies and enemies. Okay, so that's like someone is like, you get buff, and you get ripped, and you get ripped, and you get abs. Okay, that's cool. Biomancy, Iron Arm, Enfeeble, Invigorate, Metabolic Overcharge, Regeneration, Warp Speed, Adrenaline Surge, Biophysical Distortion, Sanguine Siphon, Confer Immunity, Corpus Conversion, Pulse of Life, Strange Vitality, Deterioration. Diviner. Diviners seek to discern the hidden past of the galaxy and know the course of events yet to come. These abilities allow diviners to look into the twisting strands of the immaterium. Is the immaterium the same as the warp? In search of the answers they seek, and sometimes even influence the outcome of fate itself. Huh. You can later choose the other, like I can pick them up too? So immaterium and warp are the same, okay. Pyromancer. A pyromancer is a master of flame, a psyker who is able to create searing infernos out of thin air. Pyromancy is one of the most spectacular and destructive forms of psychic ability, and those who face a pyromancer in combat are oft reduced to naught but a pile of charred bones. Sanctic. Psykers of the Sanctic discipline master their connection to the Golden Throne, the Emperor, to support their allies with holy might and stave off demons and heretics. Okay, whoa. You didn't say I get to be the leader and I get to be a psyker like the Emperor and I get to buff my party with holy Emperor juice? Like, that sounds fucking awesome. I think I want to go Sanctic. Sanctic powers. A concentration of faith. Sanctic powers are used by pious psykers to protect allies and smite heretics. I'll be like a cleric. Word of the Emperor. All allies in a circle with a 5-cell radius gain a +1 psi rating divided by 2 resolve until the end of combat. Every additional stack of this effect increases the resolve bonus by +2. That's a good thing, I guess. That's good. Purge Soul, Light of the Emperor, Hammer of the Emperor, Shield of the Emperor, Sword of Faith. I like these. Destined, Edge of Dawn, Eternal Glory, Hymns of Hatred, Psalms of Heroes, Sanctified Slayer. Okay, I'm leaning towards Sanctic right now. Telepaths use their psychic powers in conjunction with their own minds to delude, control, and destroy the minds of their enemies. It's Deanna Troy. I sense, Captain, that he's quite angry. Telepathy, Psychic Shriek. It is Deanna Troy. Dominate, Psychic Assault, Sensory Deprivation, gross. Mind Bond, Mind Rupture. That's just a one-piece fruit. Immaterium, the Warp, the Sea of Souls, the Empyrean. Can we just stick with one name? I know, right? What the fuck? Come on. Yeah, you can be the light shining in the darkness. It's awesome. This is very funny when you go heretical. Resolve is momentum, which charges your ultimates that are called heroic acts. Right. So how does resolve help? How does resolve relate to momentum? Resolve influences how efficiently and for how long characters can fight in the battle. Yeah, I don't understand what this means. Why, like, when you run out of resolve, you can't fight anymore? I don't understand what resolve is. I understand that it improves momentum, but I don't understand what resolve is. Is it like when your resolve is too low, you stop fighting? Start as a Biomancer, but you switch to Sanctic very early. You want both. Biomancer's first buff is just better for the first few levels. If a character has 6 resolve, you gain 6 momentum each turn, and for each kill with that character. Oh, I see. Okay, so I want to start as a Biomancer, you're saying, for this build. I want to start as a Biomancer, get those first level abilities in, and then I will switch to... So, like, every time I level up, I can choose a different one. And then I'll change to a Sanctic later. Theoretically, you can pick all of them, but it's not really worth it since you can only do so many spells. All right, so we're gonna start with Biomancer, right? Don't be afraid to like railroad me. I don't know the system well enough to make my own choices. I literally don't know what I'm playing. I don't know what early on means in this game because after 20 plus hours I'm still stuck in the baby chapter. I won't railroad you, but I'm gonna tell you straight up what I think a beginner like you should. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, just tell me. All right, we're gonna go with Biomancer. Triumph. I don't know what a triumph is. Apex of Brilliance. Upon solving the mystery of a powerful psychically active Xeno artifact, you manage to destroy the creation of countless enemies of humanity. Oh, this is a okay. So this is a good thing I did in the past, and this is a bad thing I did in the past. Got it. That gives me +5 lore to Xenos. Disgusting, filthy Xenos. Xenos? I don't know how to pronounce it in 40k. So I solved the mystery of a psychically active Xeno artifact and destroyed. Managed to destroy the creation of countless enemies of humanity. Great. Illustrious glory. You single-handedly saved a pilgrim ship by stopping a warp breach while traveling through the Immaterium. That sounds awesome. +5 to persuasion. So that's int, that's fellowship, that's also fellowship. Feat of greatness. The power of your sorcery crushed a demon of the arch enemy and drove it back into the warp. +5 to coercion. Which one do I want? Persuasion? Homeworld, I chose Imperial. Triumph and Darkest Hour is mostly roleplay flavor. It will be brought up in the game several times. Which one should I choose? I feel like Persuasion? Since I'm going for a fellowship build so far? I mean, it gives me a +5 though. Like, it's giving me a benefit. I can be a smart guy, I can be a heroic guy, or I could be the brave guy. I mean, I like the warp drive thing, the warp breach. All right, we'll go with illustrious glory. I stopped a warp breach while traveling through the Immaterium. Awesome. Grimportance. You were accused of being possessed by a warp entity and forced into exile, leaving your soul forever scarred. So I'm bad at logic. Brand of Shame. Your sorcery caused a warp manifestation aboard a void ship, claiming thousands of lives in the end. That sounds like the opposite of what I just chose. Shadow of Torment. An error during the sanctioning process brought you many hours of agony, which nearly cost you your life. Illustrious glory. People go, holy shit, it's Gem. I heard of you. I don't really like how this one goes. I don't like how this one goes against my original thing. It's like I saved a void ship, but also I fucked up a different void ship. It's kind of counterbalancing. Maybe I'll go with an error during sanctioning process. I don't get it. Like they put me in the wrong group or some shit. Shadow of Torment will have scenes where you're like, this shit doesn't do anything. I already experienced much more pain and other badassery. Ooh, that sounds cool. I think I want to go with that one then. It means I have a -5 to lore warp. Gem has come to see us. All right, I think I'm gonna go with that one. Archetypes. Whoa, oh no. Oh no. You can only choose one of the first tier archetypes at this moment. Archetypes are development paths that your character follows. Each archetype encapsulates a unique set of skills and expertise and represents a specific combat specialization, from the frontline warrior to the indispensable leader, preferring to command from the rear. Choose who you want to be in the grim dark future of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Wow, what a good advertisement. What the oh, alright, so level 1, I get to choose an archetype. So it's like my heroic path. Okay. Level 16, I get to choose a more specialized one. It's like my subclasses. And then they all become exemplar at level 36. Why level 36? What's max level? Simple officer for full support, which can become a grand strategist or a master tactician. Why doesn't it tell me? What is this? Whoa! Is that like a magnifying glass? Why doesn't it tell me what a warrior is? And I guess I have to click on it. Okay. Warriors are combatants boasting exceptional melee prowess. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find an exploit. A soldier is a master of all ranged weapons. So, melee, range. Blade dancer. Blade dancers are swift and deadly masters of the sword. Alright, so officer. So officer can evolve into Vanguard, Master Tactician, or Grand Strategist. Okay, what is this 36? Why is everyone becoming an exemplar? Exemplar is endgame. What's the max level in Rogue Trader? $56. That's random. Alright, we're going with officer. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater... Oh my god, I just realized how long this is. Even greater threats on the battlefield. Core focus, extra turns, single target buffs, rescuing allies momentum. Keystone features, bring it down! The officer immediately grants an ally an extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. If this ally is under the effects of Voice of Command and kills an enemy before the end of the officer's turn, the ally gains a one-time additional +2 times Officer's Fellowship bonus momentum. This ability cannot be used on the same ally more than once per round. Voice of Command. The officer forces an ally to fully push themselves, increasing their characteristics by +10 plus Officer's Fellowship bonus for 1 round. Additionally, all of the officer's abilities can be applied to the target of Voice of Command from any distance. The character who becomes the target of Voice of Command cannot be targeted by this ability again for the next 2 rounds. So these work together. Use this, get this to work before this is done, and you get a bonus. Ultimate abilities. Finest Hour. The officer grants an ally an extra turn with full AP and MP. During the extra turn, there is no attack limit. Finest Hour. Why are they both Finest Hours? Oh, Heroic Act and Desperate Measures. The officer grants an ally an extra turn with full AP and MP. During the extra turn, there is no attack limit. Until the end of combat, the officer's fellowship is halved. Characteristics. Plus fellowship and willpower. Skills. Persuasion and commerce. Yeah, okay. We're going officer. Now I choose my stats. I have 30 points. I have no idea. I can't possibly do this because I don't know like the numbers. I'm assuming I don't care about weapon skill, ballistics, strength, toughness, agility. I don't care about these as much as I care about willpower, and fellowship, which are 40 and 35 already. Fellowship to max. That's 50, so I can use 10 points. That gives me +5 characteristic bonus because it's 50. That gives me the +5. Base value 30. Origin advancement, humanity's finest, fellowship +10. Origin advancement, fellowship advancement +10. Fellowship represents the character's ability to interact with blah 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 blah. Okay. And then strength and willpower. How much do I put into strength and willpower? Strength at the start so you can pick up heavy armor ASAP. How much do I need for heavy armor? X out strength here to 40. Gives me +4. And willpower as well. Okay. So strength 40, willpower 45, fellowship 50. Cores up the warp. Physical. Alright. Next I get to choose my void ship. Whoa, look at that bad boy. Sword class frigate. Oh, it's got, I can choose a random name. Is Patient Fortune the original name, or is it always random? Sword class frigate. The Sword class frigate is a classic void ship design proven in thousands of battles, combining decent firepower, high speed, and respectable survivability. Estimated dimensions 1.6 kilometers in length, 0.3 kilometers abeam at the fins approximately. Estimated tonnage 6 megatons approximately. Estimated number of souls 26,000 approximately. There's 26,000 people on here, or souls powering the engine? What does that mean? The Von Valancius flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valancius dynasty. Every system aboard this frigate has been tried and tested in innumerable engagements. Its weapons and turrets deliver hard-hitting volleys with pinpoint accuracy. Its plasma drives are rugged, yet reliable in extreme conditions. The flagship's size and maneuverability, that is not how you spell that word, are perfect for pursuing smaller, faster raiders and for hunting the countless pirates, Xenos, and heretics in the Corynus expanse. Numerous Von Valancius rogue traders have acknowledged the exceptional performance of this vessel, and, with a few minor updates, the flagship has continued to faithfully serve the Von Valancius dynasty. Most unrealistic part of this game, rogue trader on a frigate. They clearly wanted to introduce more ship types, but had to cut it. Are they going to be added in DLC? This one's got a fucking church on it. I'm assuming they'll add more in DLC, maybe. Firestorm class frigate. That one's fucking badass. Like, this one's cool, but this one's badass. The Firestorm class frigate is a modification of the Sword class, designed to deliver fire strikes against larger enemy ships, not shying away from engagements with a superior opponent. Oh. I don't know why it had a different name last time. Estimated dimensions 1.8 kilometers in length, 0.3 kilometers abeam at the fins approximately. Estimated tonnage 6 megatons approximately. Estimated number of souls 25,000 approximately. The Von Valancius flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valancius dynasty. Every system aboard the frigate has been... I already read this. This is literally the same. The Firestorm class is from the Deluxe edition. Also, yes, it actually has 25,000 people living in it. Ships in 40k are like small cities. Awesome. Which one do I want to go with? This one looks way cooler. But is this like the proper one? Because that's what you're given at the start. They both have churches on them. I'll go with this one because it looks badass. Which one did you go with? Firestorm? Should I give it a name? I feel like Firestorm class frigate is fine. Give it a badass name. I only have the first one because I'm not part of the rich elite who can afford $8 DLCs. Void Treader. That's cool. I like that name already. That's already like a badass name. Void Treader. Let me like make a list. Void Treader. That's badass. Trailblazer. Lame. Calamity's Promise. A little bit over the top. Atonement of the Abyss. Lame. Destiny Hunter. Super lame. Calamity's Promise. We already got that one. Oculus Ignis. That's pretty cool. Unbound Avarice. Not bad. Righteous Absolution. Daring Destiny. Lame. Fatum Audacium. Fat Audacity. I think it's supposed to be Fatum. Trailblazer. Lame. Servant of His Glory. That's pretty good. Harbinger of War. Chartibus. I don't know how to say that. Charybdis? Charybdis? That's a moon, right? Unforgiven. It loves Trailblazer, doesn't it? Seeker's Haven. Invictum Erebus. Guardian of the Brink. It's Charybdis, Jim? I don't know how to say it. Eye of the Providence. Invictum Erebus. Exile of Calman Terdi. Arcanum Redemptionis. Charbity. I never got the same one again. The best one, Void Treader, was the best one. Light in the Void. Lame. First Forged. Unforgiven. Gloria Mundi is my go-to name, by the way. Always was the name of any ship I got in the PNP. I don't know what name to go with. They're all cool, but I think I want to go with Void Treader, but... There's Void Treader. How did you come up with that name, Gloria Mundi? I know it's not important. By being creative. What is it, like Latin? World's Glory? Yeah, I got that. Gloria Mundi, yeah. Imperatoris Pugnus. Fist of the Pugnus. Fist of the Emperor. That'd be cool. Shit of the Emperor. Imperatoris Stercor. Stercore. 40K loves